Game on here. It's a nice one. Where's that net? Come on, man, these smallmouth, they fight like crazy. Yeah. Look at that beauty. That. Nice. Beautiful fish. Got his dorsal fin up. Got him on the pacu crawl. Unhook him quick. One more look. That's beautiful. Alright, let's get a picture quick. Look at this big guy right here. Sitting out sunning himself. That's a big painted turtle. Awesome, that's a really big one. Try not to get too close to scare him. It's a pretty big one, I could take it to that size. Okay, one piece of advice I will give you. When you're fishing in the sun, like today, it's really sunny. If you use sunscreen, if you get it on your hands, wash it off your hands before you handle your fishing bait. Because there's an ingredient in sunscreen that is like a fish deterrent. If you get sunscreen on soft plastics, on live bait, on your crankbaits, any sort of bait you're using, they will not bite it. They will actually go away from it. And it will last for a long time. So don't get sunscreen on your bait. Do wear sunscreen, especially when you're out like this and you're out in the open. Even though I'm surrounded by trees here, it's hard to get an area that's shaded from the sun. Especially now it's midday, so the sun is up high. Well, it's in behind the cloud now, but yeah, sunscreen on fishing lures, not a good idea. So make sure you wash your hands when you put your sunscreen on before you go baiting up your rods. Smallmouth on a jig this time. Nice one. Pepper custom jig. Man, he bolted on it, hit it hard. Dog it. I got a good hook set in him, he's not getting off. The most dangerous part, they freaking shake the hook out right through the boat. Oh, I gotcha. That's a good one. That's a heavy fish. Yes. Look at that beauty. That is a beautiful fish. That's probably the biggest one of the day. It's probably 2.5 pounds, maybe 3 pounds. Got him with the Pepper custom jig. A little crawdad, little finesse jigs that for smallmouth I like using smaller baits. It fits in their mouth a little bit easier. That's beautiful. Look at a screenshot of that. Alright, let's unhook him and put him back quick. Little small light wire hook, real small jig. Guys on the west coast would laugh about using a jig like that. Here he is. Beautiful fish. Let's put him back straight away. Beautiful. Awesome. Actually, that and this little jig and this, like I said, it's a Pepper custom jig. This and that pacu crawl I got in my mystery tackle box, so I have to thank my wife for that. She got me that as a gift. Alright, let's see if we can find another one. Oh, a little bit of switching tactics. There's our second type of bass for the bluegill. There's also a species of bass. This one is a male. Alright, let's unhook him and let him go. Yeah. Back you go. Here's another bait I was using today. It's a swim bait. It's a Jackal Giron, it's called. Pretty pricey, but it's pretty realistic, as you can see. It's got a nice gold gill plate on it. This is a ghost bluegill color. Now, I've had 5 pike today follow this, but I mean, within that 4 of it, and they wouldn't eat it because they'd follow it right to the boat and then they'd see me and then spook off. But this is a good search bait. If you reel it slowly, it does a real nice smooth side to side action. If you twitch it, it will glide. It will do a big wide sweep each side like this. But a lot of times you can find fish with it. That fish will come up and chase it, even if they're not going to eat it, and they will reveal their position to you, and then you can go back and, you know, fish it slower with a plastic worm or a craw or something like that, and or a smaller swim bait maybe for a pike if they're not going to, you know, hit this. But I've had a couple of nice pike today follow this. They just would not eat it though. Next time maybe. Yeah, spotted bass. Watch out. Watch out. Nice. Another different species for the tally. Here we go. Took my little jig. Beauty. Little spotted bass. That's a nice one. Nice and healthy. Boy, that freaking hook, man, it penetrates right where it hits. Get that out. Don't want to stress the fish as little as possible. It's stuck in there. There we go. One more look and we're going to let him go. Nice. Woo. There he goes. Pretty good day. You see these hooks that I use, those flipping hooks. These are Trokar. This is a Tillo flipping hook. It's got the bait retainer on it. You can see how heavy a wire it is. This hook does not flex, it does not bend. Wherever that point touches the fish in the mouth, that's where it goes through. And it's pretty rare that I get one to come off. Those are pretty good hooks. I like those a lot. Alright, let's see if we can find one more. It's almost time to go home. Alright, that was a successful day fishing. Back in the truck, recovering my boat on the way home. Got a couple of nice smallmouth, one spotted bass, seen some giant largemouth, seen an osprey, seen a mink, lots of wildlife geese. Couldn't get the mink on camera, I wasn't quick enough. He ran right past, I was fishing close to the shore and he ran right past me, but next time I'll get him. Yeah, seen lots of different wildlife, turtles and stuff. That was a good trip out. It was a good day off. The bass are finicky. The water's pretty clear, but it's starting to get more debris once the waves started to come. When the wind started later on in the day, the water was washing up against the shore and washing silt and stuff back into the water. But today, 2 baits, one out, my Pepper Custom jig, the real small one, and the Pocket Craw in sun perch color. Natural colored baits, both of them. Nothing, you know, real super bright or anything. Because the water, like I said, the water is super clear, and the fish could see me. If they seen you, they were gone. So what I did was I tried to stay away from shallow water and fish deeper water or the edges of shelves where the fish were cruising along the edge of the shelf. The females are just starting to come in. I'd seen males and I'd seen some really big largemouth females, but I couldn't get any largemouth to bite. Got some nice smallmouth though. That was a good day. Got some cruisers, mostly feeding on the bottom. Anywhere there was rock or a transition, like from chunk rock to smaller rock, or around tree stumps or big boulders. That's where I found most of the fish. In this lake there's very little weed because they drew it down, and any weed that was in the water that was around the edges of the water had died, and it's going to take months for that to grow back. So no weed structure, so I had to fish hard structure, either submerged trees, submerged stumps, or large boulder rock. Smallmouth love rock. If you get around chunk rock and then areas of chunk rock where you have big boulders, spotted in there, that is where the smallmouth are going to be, and they'll feed up. I've seen lots of little fry in the water. I did talk to a lady this morning. She was paddleboarding, and she paddleboarded down into a creek arm, and she had said that she'd seen lots of stripers that must have been in spawning, so that was pretty cool. I didn't see any stripers, I didn't see any white bass, but I did see largemouth, smallmouth, and spotted bass. There's a mix of them in there, so that was a good day. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. We'll put another one up soon.